Another thing you can do with arrays is you can order the variables across an observation. So suppose we have this data set here that has 4 variables, and I don't want things in this order for this particular observation. I want it to be in the order 4, 15, 27, 36. And I'm going to do this for every observation down the way. So things are going to take on different values. This y1 will not have the numbers 15, 6, and 14 will not be together anymore, in other words. So this row will look like 6, 36, 52, 128. So now you can see 4 and 6 are together. They're going to be variable y1. So we're changing things up a little bit from what we've done in the past. So here's my code. First I throw all 4 of these variables into an array y4, and then I'm going to do from I equals 1 to 3, and from j goes from I plus 1 to 4. So for example, if y1 is 1, j is going to go through 2, 3, and 4, and then for I is 2, j is going to go 3, 4, and so on and so forth. So let's just make a couple numbers right here. So if I've got the numbers 15, say, and 27. 27 comes first, and then 15 comes after it. And I want to switch these two around. If I just said yi gets yj, if I just used this second line here in the middle of this do loop, what would happen is 27 would become 15, and then the 27 would totally disappear. So I wouldn't be able to work with it anymore. Instead of doing that, what I want to do is say, okay, I'm going to have 27 and 15, and then I'm going to go ahead and use this other variable. I don't have to initialize variables in SAS, remember, I can just start working with them. Temp is going to store, is just a temporary variable. We need it to store this value y1. So it's going to get the 27. Then, that's the first step, then yi gets yj, so 27 becomes 15. That's done. And then yj gets the temp variable. So I'm going to bring this up here. This is 27 now, and the 15 is gone. So now this is y1, and this is y2. And so the loop loops through that in that way, and it's only going to switch these two variables if y1 is greater than y2, or y2 is greater than y3, and so on and so forth. This is going to go through this whole data set like this. I've got a double loop here. And then at the very end, I'm going to drop I and j in the temp variable because I don't need them. And I'll show you what it looks like. And see how 4 and 6 did get together. So these are the smallest ones and the second smallest ones, and so on. Another way of doing the same thing is for us to go in here and create an array. Now notice that I'm not putting y1 through y4 in this array as we've done before. This is just, I'm initializing an array. Nice. And then I'm going to create this do loop, and as it loops through, xi, that means the ith variable in the array, is going to get the ordinal I of y1 through y4. So in other words, it'll get the ith largest value, or the ith smallest value of the y1 through y4. So when I print it out, let me show you what happened. See, I started out with variables y1 through y4. They were in the data set to begin with. This is y1 through y4. And then x1 through x4 get the first smallest of those 4 observations, the second smallest of those 4 observations, and so on and so forth. So it's just a nice, neat, tidy little trick there to just use this ordinal function.